Some really interesting news is coming out from Silverstone. Not only are the rumors about Fernando Alonso being signed getting bigger and bigger, but word is that the number one driver that they want is actually Max Verstappen. According to insider information, Adrian Newey is unhappy with the way Lance Stroll is driving and believes that the young driver can't get the most out of the race car. Because of this, the team's record-breaking car designer is reportedly putting pressure on team owner Lance Stroll to replace Lance with a more experienced driver for the upcoming season. So, what is the truth behind these rumors? In today's video, we will take a closer look at this story and others from around the world to find out. But before we get into the video, I hope you all can support me by liking the video and subscribing so you don't miss anything. But before we get into the video, I hope you all can support me by liking the video and subscribing so you don't miss anything. The latest rumors about the potential signing of Max Verstappen are heating up again. The number one reason why Adrian Newey wants to sign Max Verstappen is because of his pure talent. The team principal understands that Verstappen is arguably the best driver in the world right now. Winning the title for 3 consecutive years shows just how great of a racer he truly is. Newey knows that with Verstappen, he would be able to create a car that could challenge Red Bull and Mercedes head-on, something that hasn't been done since the introduction of the new regulations. But with Lance Stroll on the team, there is no chance of winning the championship because it would be impossible to create a car that works for both him and Alonso. So this rumor has a lot of truth to it, but at the same time, we need to remember that Max is still contracted to Red Bull until 2028. Even if he wants to leave, which he hasn't shown any signs of wanting to do so, Red Bull wouldn't sell him to Aston Martin, especially not for $1 billion. If they do decide to sell Max, it would most likely be to a team like Ferrari or McLaren. Another reason why Newey wants Max is because he knows that this is the number one way to beat Red Bull. Max is currently in a class of his own. He is the best driver in the world. However, it is well known that he has had issues with his car in recent times, complaining that the RB19 is difficult to drive. Because of this, Newey is confident that he could make a car that is easier to drive, allowing Max to get the most out of the race car and beat Sergio Perez easily. The final reason why Newey wants to sign Max is because of his popularity. Max Verstappen is by far the most popular driver in the world. This is proven by his fan base and the way that people engage with him on social media. If Aston Martin were to sign Verstappen, they would immediately become the most popular team in Formula One. This would bring in a huge amount of money through ticket sales, merchandise and sponsorships, something that the team needs desperately. On the other hand, there is absolutely no way that Newey is happy with the way Lance is performing. Over the past couple of seasons, he has shown that he is not capable of matching Alonso. He crashes too much, and he's always trying to copy his teammate. This kind of behavior won't be tolerated at Aston Martin, especially not by a legend like Adrian Newey. But Lance has a contract for the next 2 seasons, and he won't be leaving anytime soon. Even if Aston Martin wanted to sign Max, they couldn't do it until Lance's contract expires. So, this rumor does have some truth to it. Newey is putting pressure on Lance Stroll to replace Lance, but the owner isn't listening. He has complete faith in his son, and he won't let anyone talk bad about him. We all know that Lance's main job is to secure his father's money. That's why he will continue to drive for Aston Martin until his contract expires. Now, it's also worth mentioning that the rumors about Aston Martin signing Fernando Alonso are also heating up again. Team principal Mike Crack confirmed a few days ago that the team is in talks with the Spaniard to extend his contract. So this could be another reason why Newey wants to replace Lance. Simply put, Alonso is not getting any younger, and replacing him with someone like Max would be the no. One way to ensure that the team can challenge for the championship in the future. The bottom line is that Lance has a contract with Aston Martin until 2026, and there is no way that the team is going to release him early. They have already spent a lot of money on new facilities and hiring new staff, and they are not going to jeopardize their future by releasing Lance. So I don't believe that this rumor has much truth to it. When asked about the rumors, team principal Mike Crack said, "We're in talks with Fernando, and I'm pretty relaxed about that. But nothing is signed yet." He also admitted that the team needs to be careful when signing a new driver because they need someone who can work well with Fernando. "You cannot bring a second driver who destroys the harmony in the team," he said. I think that it's important to have two drivers who are pushing each other, but they need to do it in a healthy way. So it seems like Fernando's future at Aston Martin is uncertain, and it's possible that the team could replace him with a younger driver like Max in the near future. However, it's unlikely that this will happen until Fernando's contract expires in 2026. As for Max, he is currently under contract with Red Bull until 2028, and it's highly unlikely that he will leave the team anytime soon. Even if he did become a free agent, it's doubtful that Aston Martin could afford to sign him, as he is reportedly paid around £40 million per year. Plus, Max is very happy at Red Bull and has no reason to leave the team. In conclusion, the rumours about Newey wanting to replace Lance with Max have some truth to them, but it's unlikely that this will happen anytime soon. Max is under contract with Red Bull, and Aston Martin couldn't afford to sign him even if he became a free agent. Additionally, Lance has a contract with the team until 2026, and they are unlikely to release him early. So I believe that these rumours are nothing more than speculation, and that Lance will continue to drive for Aston Martin for the foreseeable future. If you're a fan of Max Verstappen, and you want to see him drive for Aston Martin, then you might be disappointed. But it's important to remember that he is under contract with Red Bull until 2028, and it's unlikely that he will leave the team anytime soon. Additionally, Aston Martin couldn't afford to sign him even if he became a free agent. So it's unlikely that we will ever see Max drive for Aston Martin. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I hope it answered some of the questions you may have had. I would appreciate it if you could support me by liking the video and subscribing so you do not miss anything. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.